Imagine spending billions on a structure that never opens. Bridges to nowhere, skyscrapers abandoned halfway up. These are not just stories, they're real disasters. From catastrophic errors to mind-blowing oversights, these construction failures cost more than money. They cost reputations, careers, and even lives. Today, we dive deep into the world's most expensive construction mistakes, exploring how a single miscalculation can turn ambition into ruin. The 20 Church Street skyscraper in London, commonly known as the walkie-talkie, quickly became infamous for a costly design error. Completed in 2014, the building features a unique concave shape with extensive glass facades. While visually distinctive, this curvature inadvertently concentrated sunlight onto nearby streets, significantly intensifying the heat. The problem was so severe that it melted parts of parked vehicles and caused sidewalks to crack, generating alarming headlines around the world. In one memorable incident captured by Sky News, a journalist demonstrated the intensity of the reflected sunlight by successfully frying an egg on the pavement. The building's architect, Raffaele Vignoli, originally intended to include protective horizontal louvers to prevent such reflections, but these were omitted during planning. Eventually, a permanent sunshade costing approximately $14 million was installed to mitigate the issue, highlighting how even small design changes can lead to expensive consequences. Stuttgart 21 is a high-profile railway project in Germany, intended to transform the city's existing terminus station into a transit hub by rotating it 90 degrees. The ambitious plan aims to integrate Stuttgart into a high-speed rail network connecting major European cities such as Paris, Munich, Vienna, and Bratislava. Initially projected to cost $5.4 billion, with completion expected by 2019, the project quickly faced severe setbacks. Unexpected challenges emerged, notably the discovery of a problematic soil type beneath Stuttgart that swells when exposed to moisture, complicating the construction of nearly 60 kilometers of tunnels. Additionally, the relocation of thousands of strictly protected lizards caused further delays and cost overruns, at times incurring charges of up to $10,000 per lizard. With completion now delayed until at least 2025, estimated costs have soared to around $12 billion, showcasing the immense difficulties inherent in large-scale infrastructure projects. New York's Citigroup Center, completed in the 1970s, faced a potentially catastrophic design flaw that went unnoticed during construction. Unlike typical skyscrapers, the building rests upon 4 uniquely placed foundation pillars. Engineers initially assessed stability based only on perpendicular winds, neglecting the diagonal quarter winds, which posed a far greater risk. In 1978, a Princeton engineering student named Diane Hartley raised concerns about this oversight, prompting urgent structural reassessments. Tests revealed the building was vulnerable and could topple during strong winds, risking a domino effect that would endanger surrounding skyscrapers. To prevent public panic, engineers secretly reinforced the structure overnight for 3 months, welding 2-inch thick steel plates onto crucial joints. Fortunately, Hurricane Ella, which threatened New York at the time, changed course, allowing the reinforcement to conclude successfully. This incident, later publicly revealed in a 1995 New Yorker article, underscores how even minor miscalculations can risk disaster in large-scale construction. Jeddah Tower, originally named Kingdom Tower, was envisioned as the world's first kilometer-high skyscraper, symbolizing Saudi Arabia's ambition to diversify its economy and boost tourism. Construction began in 2013, and upon completion, the tower was to surpass Dubai's Burj Khalifa by nearly 200 meters. However, the project stalled dramatically in 2017 after political turmoil known as the Saudi Arabian Purge. Prominent investors, including Prince Al Walid bin Talal, were imprisoned, freezing funding and halting progress at just 252 meters, barely one-third of its intended height. Attempts to resume construction were further delayed by the COVID-19 pandemic, as worker safety became paramount. With no clear timeline for restarting work, the project risks abandonment, potentially incurring losses exceeding $1 billion. The Jeddah Tower serves as a stark reminder that ambitious construction projects remain highly vulnerable to unpredictable political events, financial crises, and global disruptions. Berlin-Brandenburg Airport, initially scheduled to open in 2011 with a budget of $2.4 billion, became notorious for repeated failures, cost overruns, and embarrassing delays. The project quickly spiraled into chaos due to poor management, corruption allegations, and extensive technical issues. Early problems arose when a key planning firm declared bankruptcy, setting the stage for further setbacks. Severe mistakes included non-compliant fire safety systems and improper installation of nearly 67 kilometers of cooling pipes, which lacked essential thermal insulation, requiring costly reconstruction. These persistent flaws pushed the airport's opening back repeatedly, with costs ballooning to $8.3 billion, more than triple the original estimate. Finally opening in late 2020, 9 years overdue, the airport continues to face financial challenges exacerbated by reduced travel during the COVID-19 pandemic. This troubled history highlights how administrative mismanagement and oversight failures can derail even well-funded infrastructure projects, leaving lasting impacts on public trust and finances. Despite massive budgets, experienced teams, and advanced technology, many construction failures occur due to surprisingly simple oversights, inadequate planning, or unforeseen complications. For example, the Citigroup Center in New York faced a near catastrophe because engineers overlooked diagonal winds, a basic factor in skyscraper stability. Similarly, the walkie-talkie building's hazardous reflection issue arose when protective design features were omitted during planning. Complex projects like Stuttgart 21 and Berlin-Brandenburg Airport underscore how unexpected geological or logistical challenges can derail timelines and budgets, even with thorough preliminary assessments. Political and economic instability, as demonstrated by Saudi Arabia's Jeddah Tower, further reveals how external factors can abruptly halt major initiatives. Collectively, these cases illustrate the importance of meticulous planning, rigorous oversight, and flexibility in managing unforeseen risks. Recognizing these vulnerabilities is essential for future projects, emphasizing that no scale of investment or expertise fully guarantees immunity from expensive construction mistakes. Some of the most notorious construction errors, such as the overheating problem experienced by London's walkie-talkie skyscraper, stem directly from critical design elements being removed or overlooked during the planning stages. In the walkie-talkie's case, architect Raffaele Vignoli initially included horizontal louvers to deflect intense sunlight. However, these essential components were omitted at some point during development, leading to extreme solar reflections. This relatively minor decision significantly amplified sunlight onto nearby areas, causing substantial property damage and public discomfort, ultimately requiring an expensive retroactive solution costing approximately $14 million. Such errors underscore how critical thorough design review and adherence to original plans can be in avoiding expensive remedial actions. Similarly, political instability and unforeseen external circumstances have severely disrupted several ambitious construction projects. Saudi Arabia's Jeddah Tower is a poignant example, originally envisioned as a monumental icon representing economic diversification and technological ambition. The sudden political upheaval during the 2017 Saudi Arabian purge significantly disrupted funding, as key investors, including Prince Al-Walid bin Talal, faced imprisonment. This sudden loss of financial stability halted construction abruptly. The subsequent global impact of the COVID-19 pandemic further compounded delays, leaving the project's future uncertain and highlighting the vulnerability of megaprojects to political and economic volatility. Without clear political stability and secured financial resources, even the most ambitious and well-funded projects remain susceptible to unforeseen abandonment and substantial financial losses. Complex engineering assumptions can also introduce significant risks, as vividly demonstrated by the structural oversight at New York's Citigroup Center. The skyscraper's engineers originally calculated stability solely based on winds striking the building perpendicularly. A seemingly minor oversight, ignoring diagonal or quarter winds, created a hidden but substantial vulnerability. Remarkably, this oversight came to light not through systematic review, but through a chance conversation between engineer William Le Mesurier and an undergraduate engineering student, Diane Hartley. This revelation exposed that the structure could potentially collapse under conditions far less severe than initially anticipated. Engineers quickly and secretly conducted nighttime repairs, welding steel reinforcements to crucial joints, narrowly averting a disaster. The scenario underscores how vital it is for engineers to question and reassess foundational assumptions rigorously, especially for complex structures in urban environments where mistakes can have catastrophic consequences. Overall, these notable construction failures demonstrate that even projects backed by immense resources, expert planning teams, and sophisticated engineering expertise can succumb to costly, sometimes catastrophic errors. The examples span simple planning omissions, political disruptions, and overlooked technical details, yet each resulted in massive financial and reputational consequences. The walkie-talkie's reflective glare, Stuttgart 21's unforeseen geological issues, the Citigroup Center's structural miscalculations, Jeddah Tower's disrupted financing, and Berlin Brandenburg Airport's cascading management failures all serve as stark lessons. They collectively highlight the essential need for rigorous oversight, meticulous attention to detail, thorough planning, and adaptive project management capable of responding to unexpected events. In conclusion, these construction blunders provide crucial insights into managing future megaprojects. They illustrate vividly that no amount of funding or expertise is foolproof without continuous diligence and proactive risk management. Understanding that major failures often arise from seemingly minor oversights or unforeseeable events can help developers, architects, engineers, and policymakers mitigate similar issues in future projects. Ultimately, these examples reinforce the necessity of careful planning, adaptive management, and a comprehensive approach to risk assessment to protect large-scale investments from becoming billion-dollar cautionary tales.